What's going on, guys? Living here, and today DICE has given out more official information on the premium trials that they are going to be giving out coming up here at the end of July with the new map release, as well as we have some new conceptive art on these new DLCs that will be released after the new In the Name of the Czar gets dropped. So basically, we got this little link here from their Twitter post that they gave us. I'm just going to go through them and kind of show you guys what they have in store for us. So they're kind of still getting us all hyped, basically, with this idea of a new revolutions coming. Again, they're kind of using that term because DICE has changed up a lot of the little bit of their models that they're doing. Where lately they, the previous months have made an attempt to drop more new things that we can have it in the game every month now, instead of it being longer strung out downloads that we can updates that would come later on throughout more progressed and longer months. So now with this new idea of bringing things sooner rather than later, and the idea as well is changing up the paywall on how people will access additional content that you can download. They're keeping up with the theme of this new revolution that they're doing. So one of the main things that they have going on here is the premium trials, and the premium trials, as it says here, is a way for players who don't own Battlefield 1 Premium Pass to play on maps they normally wouldn't have to access to. Unlike Premium Friends, Premium Trials doesn't require you to join a squad with Battlefield 1 Premium Pass owner. You'll simply have access to premium maps by logging into the game. So what they were doing before was they were trying to find people like me, for instance, who have bought the premium trials, who can play the new maps, and if you didn't have them, you could join up to my party and you could then enjoy the new maps. Well, now in this case, they're going to unleash this premium trials, which they have not still given a specific date when that's going to drop. However, though, we know for certain it's going to drop now with this official statement that they're making here. But now you'll be able to play that maps on all these new maps, with the new map that's going to be dropping out in July, as well as the previous They Shall Not Pass maps. Those 4 maps, as well as the one that had just dropped last month's Novel Knights, you'll be able to play that as well too, without having to join a party like my party or someone else's party who owns the premium pass. And so as it keeps saying here, the first run of the premium trials will start with this month's launch of the name I can't say, the urban and trench-based night map for Battlefield 1. If you do not own a Battlefield 1 premium pass, you can use premium trials during this period to play along with Novel Knights and 4 other maps from Battlefield 1 They Shall Not Pass. Before Gamescom, there will be another premium trials event after this first one in September, and another premium trials event will be held, meaning all players will have the opportunity to play on the previously released expansion pack maps. Also note that the current premium Friends period is still active and will last until Gamescom. So they are going to release another premium trials. It's going to happen after this one that they're going to start up, which again I said that they have not released a date on specifically when that's going to start and end. So we know it's coming up 2 times, and as well as the premium Friends is still going to keep up till Gamescom, which I believe ends sometime in the end of August somewhere. So we still have a little bit under about 2 months more where if you have someone who does have premium the premium pass, you can still join up with them. The unfortunate thing that I do not see here, which I think is going to be quite of a big concern, is the fact is, are they going to release the complete update for people who have premium trials, where they can gain XP and start to grind out the weapons that have been dropped in the They Shall Not Pass update, and all the other little things that you can get from that. So for instance, when you join up onto my party, and if you want to do premium Friends, you don't get XP while playing. So, and I've noticed that's been quite of a concern for people who have joined my party, is they just didn't like not having XP. It seems to be kind of the unanimous thing. I haven't heard too many people say, oh, haven't been able to download or try out the new guns that are there, but it's mainly XP. So there's nothing there yet about that. And so I would be a little bit surprised if they don't do that, but mainly because I think that's going to kind of hurt it a little bit. and I hope that they do get to doing that. If not, I think they need to have people. I think we need to kind of send them a message and let them know, just let that go, let people have the XP, because I find that unanimously around that everyone who was playing with me and then wanted to stop playing with me was mainly just because they couldn't get XP while they were playing. So that's kind of important. I think they should remove that for people and allow people to have XP for the premium friends, so you can join up to my party and you can get XP while you're doing it, as well with if you want to do the premium trials as well. Okay, so moving on here, we have 6 new maps. They're talking about in the name of the czar here. 6 new maps: the Russian army, new weapons, vehicles, and more, ready for the most extensive battle expansion pack so far. Battlefield 1 Name of the Czar arrives in September, but you'll get an early taste in August with the release of the snow-covered map Lupko Pass. So they're still going to keep up this hype, let everyone know what's coming up. It's going to be another one that's going to drop just before in the Name of the Czar. So we're going to have this kind of a little bit of a taste right before it. I've seen this little conception art of this map. This looks pretty sick. I'm pretty stoked about it. This one, though, that we're seeing right here is going to be for the next update after the Name of the Czar, which is going to be called Turning Tides. The 3rd expansion pack for Battlefield 1 is just over the horizon, released in December 2017. Wow, that's pretty far away, man. Battlefield 1 Turning Tides features the epic classes of the Zeebrugge Raid, the Gallipoli Offensive, and more. Probably butchered that, but you get it. You can read it right there. It's pretty cool. It seems awesome. Really far away, unfortunately. But you know, I like more of the conception, the concept art, and you know, getting a little more of a taste to see what's going on here. Again, the only thing I'd be a little bit more concerned about is how far that's away, and I'm just concerned about their population base. PS4 looks like it's doing pretty well still, keeping somewhat of a player population, but I've noticed with definitely PC struggles really bad, unfortunately, when I go look at the population amount. But Xbox is getting kind of closer there, and that's what I usually play on. And so seeing that Xbox is struggling a little bit more is a bit of a disappointment, and makes me a little bit nervous, because by the time these things are rolling out, if they can't get their population, I mean, right now it's not too bad for me on Xbox. I don't know about you guys, but if I play on like odd times, like at, you know, some random times at night or something like that, you know, on like not weekends and things like that, that's sometimes when the population will dwindle. It's not too bad. I mean, I have to like leave a game and go join another game. So it's not really the end of the world. I can end up kind of finding one, but it's not as, you know, where you can just keep playing the rotation, the maps, and go to the next map, and you know, and then people leave and more people join, and then go to the next map and people leave and more people. It kind of ends up dwindling down, whether it ends up being no one ends up joining, and then you have to go leave and find another game where it's already started and your team's already behind. And that's a little bit of a pain, and so I feel like if they keep losing the population, it's going to keep going more and more down that direction. It's just going to make it less enjoyable. It's not too bad right now, like I said, so hopefully, I mean, I can still keep handling it where it's at right now. For me personally, it's not the end of the world, but I could see for some people it would be really frustrated, especially if they only time they can get on is when that happens. And so I feel like, you know, hopefully they can increase their population enough where that does not happen. And especially with hopefully they're able to get more XP out for people where they can grind out XP. I think that will help the population. And these times that they're releasing it, man, this is going to be a little bit tough. And keep in mind though, they are still going to keep up their monthly updates. So even though we have these expansion packs that are going to be dropping from the next one, which is Name of the Czar, to be dropping in September, and then this other one after that, Turning Tides, is dropping on December 2017. October and November we're gonna have drops for that. I don't know specifically what that's gonna be yet. You know, this month, the last 2 months, we've had maps that are gonna come out, or these all of the summer, basically June, July, and August. We're gonna have maps that are gonna drop out, and that's kind of been the focus. But they're still gonna drop something, so just keep that in mind. It's not gonna be completely dead, and it's not just gonna be just completely, you know, they're just fixing bugs or certain things like that. So they're gonna make an attempt to give us something new. So that's definitely gonna be the attempt, while trying to again fix problems in the game. So moving on here to the next one that we got. What do we got going on here? We had Turning Tides, and it goes on a little bit more. So apart from the frantic naval battles, you also fight on land and in the air on all new maps with new weapons. There's much more intel on the Battlefield 1 Turning Tides, but we'll keep it classified for a bit longer. We do, however, think you'll appreciate the naval touch on the expansion. Look and feel and stay tuned. So, if I remember right, I think there's one more expansion pack coming after this one, but they don't make any mention of it in this post right here. So they're just kind of getting us kind of ready for the other one's going to come out after the Name of the Czar, which is Turning Tides. And so I found that kind of interesting where it says, apart from the frantic naval battle. That's pretty interesting. I wonder how much water play this is going to have. It's pretty clear they're going to make more of an emphasis on the water. You'll also fight on land. So we have those boats on that one map. It's completely it's escaped my mind right now. It's not. It's one of the desert maps. It's not Sinai, and it's not. It's with the other one. I forget what it's called. It's completely escaped my mind. But you can drive boats around that map. I wonder how much more that'll play with the actual map. It seems like they're going to make a focus on that and saying you'll also fight on land and in air on all new maps and new weapons. So, but they had to emphasize that to kind of let us know that it's not just only going to be a big focus on the water, which gives us a good idea. Then there's going to be a pretty good focus on the water then. So there's much more intel on Battlefield 1 Turning Tides. So there's not saying anything about it. They're kind of getting us hyped about it, not saying anything much. Like I said, there's another expansion that they have after this one, but they're just not making any mention of it because they're kind of keeping it, I guess, tuned in, focused in right now. Kind of dropping some seeds of some hype coming up here for after the Name of the Czar coming up. And then at the end of this post, they're basically just letting us know that it is now BF1 is going to be available for the Vault on EA Access. So that was basically it for what this post was. This was, again, the first official post that I have seen from DICE talking about premium trials and a little bit more of concept art that they had for us here to kind of get us a little bit more hype for Name of the Czar, and then starting to begin to turn the things for Turning Tides, because before we know it, Name of the Czar is going to be on us, and when that happens, they're going to be starting to really push Turning Tides for us. So that's basically it for you guys today. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll catch you guys again later. Peace.